Back with us on the SportsMax Zone. La Liga action continued on this Wednesday with 4 more games in round 11. At the Vallecas football field in Madrid, Rayo Vallecano registered their 6th win of the season, clipping visitors Barcelona 1-0 courtesy of a strike from 35-year-old Radamel Falcao. We have highlights.
Here's Coutinho, Nico. Dest with a shot and just past the post. Well, they're certainly dominating in that area at the moment, Barcelona. Here's Sergi Busquets. He's had that nicked off him though by Treco, and that's a nice through ball to Radamel Falcao if he can get away from Gerard Piqué. Radamel Falcao has put Rayo Vallecano into the lead. He only needs one chance. He's first of the game. He dispatches it past Marc-Andre ter Stegen, and Rayo Vallecano have the lead.
This is the moment. There's a lost ball from Sergio Busquets. I think it's Trejo, the one who wins the ball, to Falcao. Fantastic piece of play, great finish with the left foot, and that was it. So Barcelona under control and over Rayo Vallecano in all aspects of the game, but Rayo Vallecano doing what they can do best, which is counter-attacking and going.
Sergio Aguero, he's found Dest here in a good position, the right back. Back to Aguero, and Aguero shot over the top, but better for Barcelona. Dest and Aguero linking up down the right-hand side. First real chance of the second half for Barcelona.
Today because the pitch is very small, but I think he could have done a little better.
Good run this from Memphis. Still Memphis. He goes
Penalty.
Down, and Mateo Lajos. Well, as he points to the spot.
Yes, he didn't hesitate at all. Penalty for Barcelona.
Well, it wasn't the most emphatic pointing to the spot from Mateo Lajos, but immediate decision, no doubt in his mind, and Barcelona have a way back into this game. Here it is again.
Oh, that's clear. He's just kicking from behind.
The only player to have scored away from home for Barcelona this season. Did it in the first away game against Athletic. Steps up, and it's saved. It comes back out to it. No, it doesn't, because Dimitrievski leaps on it into the last minute. Whistles from the 3 sides of Vallecas. Long ball forward towards Piqué. Laid off to Aguero. Still Sergio Aguero. The cross comes in. The chance for Gavi. It's gone over the top. That was the opportunity. Gavi can't believe it. Ronald Koeman can't believe it. Neither can Piqué. And there are 30 seconds left. Barcelona down in 9th in the table, and in view of their financial situation, they cannot miss out in the Champions League, to state the obvious. So that will be a factor in any decision that's made over the next few days, because Barcelona have been beaten again.
It's the first time since 2002, 19 years that Rayo Vallecano are beating Barcelona. Meanwhile, Real Madrid, they hosted Osasuna at the Santiago Bernabeu, knowing they only needed to avoid defeat to return to the top of the table.
Hosts are now ready to get this match underway. Well, Real Madrid, fresh from victory in the Clásico, can go top of the table tonight, but standing in their way is the team with the best away record in the land. Osasuna are looking for a 5th consecutive victory on the road, and they know that 3 points would lift them above Ancelotti's team. Avila made the challenge and then asked for it from Quique Garcia. Jimmy Avila has 2 in support, and he's going forward. There's the pass, and it's off the post and somehow bounced wide. And a far more open game since half-time, a different feel altogether. We've had an hour at the Bernabeu, still goalless. Vinicius into the box, back for Karim Benzema, he's left 2 behind! 3 in the bank for Arrasate as we approach the final 10 minutes. Real Madrid coming forward. Toni Kroos goes for goal. Plenty of power, but not quite the accuracy he needed.
Arrasate is going to use up another substitution. The young forward Barbero ready to come on.
Thank you, Bruno. Here is Vinicius for Marcelo. Back again with the 21-year-old superstar Vinicius Junior for Marcelo! And Unai heads clear, and the referee brings this game to a close. Jacoba Arasate's side have come to the Bernabeu and earned their first point since 2005. They were resilient, they were organised, and they really made life difficult for Real Madrid. A stubborn display from the team from Pamplona, and their excellent start to the season continues. As for Real Madrid, they do go top tonight with this point.
So, Clásico hangover, Barca losing, Real drawing. The other results of the day, so Mallorca and Sevilla played to a 1-1 draw, and Real Betis continue their good form, beating Valencia 4-1. So this is what the table looks like after today's game. 3 teams on 21 points, make that 4. The top 4 all on 21 points, goal difference separating them. Osasuna are in 6th. Atletico, they've played 2 games less than Rayo Vallecano and Osasuna, and 1 less than Sevilla and Real Madrid. They are on 18 points. Espanyol in 10th, Barcelona in 9th, only 15 points from 10 games to date. At the bottom, Getafe, Levante and Granada. At the bottom 3 mid-table, Valencia just outside the top 10, and Mallorca behind them in 12th, Villarreal 13th. Joining us now is Juan G Arango, one of course affiliated with Diario Sport, the Barcelona-based daily. Juan, talk about Radamel Falcao. It's so funny, I was reading up on him over the weekend, and I was looking at some pictures and some video when he signed for Rayo Vallecano, and the excitement of fans, no doubt hoping that he could reproduce the form that he showed when he was in his prime, and without doubt the best striker in the world for that period when he was at Atletico Madrid. Well, we could say that he was highly rated when he was at Porto, the best in the world at Atletico. He wasn't too shabby at Monaco, but then the injury that he got a very, very nasty knee injury, one, and he has never been the same since. But fans love nostalgia, and so they greeted him in Rayo Vallecano like the second coming of Christ, and he's not gone too bad for them so far this season. 4th goal in La Liga he scored today.
And right now, it just seems he can walk on water. That's pretty much where Falcao does come. And it's very interesting to see that his relationship with Madrid. At Rayo Vallecano, you see him really work hard, and that's one thing that I think fans also appreciate. His work rates, whether he scores or not, that's another issue, but his capability of being able to maximize his teammates, being able to still, maybe not with the quickness and with the strength that he once had during his heyday, but still does have that awareness of where to put the ball, where to be, where to run to. All those little details that made absolutely Gerard Piqué look silly today. It's part of the key of Falcao being able to have this bit of a renaissance, if you will, and continue to be effective. He today became the oldest player in La Liga history to start the way he started in terms of goals scored in his career with the team.
Absolutely so. I know the others will talk about the Barcelona side of things, but I'm going to talk some more about Rayo Vallecano. They were down in La Liga Santander, well, the league below this one, La Liga 2, if you want to call it that, and they fought their way up. This is a side that really, one of the forgotten teams in Madrid. If you ask most sports fans to name you the La Liga sides in Madrid, they'll give you the top two, Real and Atletico. Not many people would remember that Rayo Vallecano is a Madrid-based team. And from where they fought one to be back in La Liga, attractive enough for Falcao to say, you know what, I'm going to commit myself to you. It's an organization that has done well to rebound from falling through the relegation trapdoor.
I'm surprised you forgot to mention Getafe.
Well, there you go.
But beyond that, yeah, outside of the administrative issues that they've had, the problems that the fans and the club president Rayo Vallecano have had the past few years, it's been interesting to see that the administration brings in a player like Falcao. Rayo has a reputation of being a cult side. It's those teams that I guess you could compare them to, if you look in the Bundesliga, St. Pauli, one of those types of teams that does have a culture instilled, but it's very cultish, if you will, to a certain extent. Also, the political leanings that Rayo Vallecano does have in the south of Madrid are very influential as to the neighborhood. It's a neighborhood club in essence. So that's one of the reasons why. And also you see the stadium that they play in. It's a very intimate place. But going back to what you said, that relationship with Falcao, one of the big quotes that really caught me after the match was Falcao saying, I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy that all the hard work that I'm putting in, that my teammates are putting in, is being reflected on the pitch, and fans being able to enjoy this moment, because I know that there are fans out here that have never seen and have never been able to experience beating Barcelona. Of course, 19 years without doing it doesn't. And Falcao says, because I haven't either.
Yeah, absolutely. So just before I pass it on, Juan, one more on Rayo Vallecano. The reason I have a particular thing for this team as well, and I always did, but even more so, one of my favorite players from Peru, Luis Advíncula, plays at right back for them. And he never stops running, does he? And it's good to see him back at the top level in Spain, wearing similar colours for his club team that he wears for the national team.
Well, Advíncula left during the off-season.
Yeah.
He's over at Boca Juniors now. And he's been able to truly. He talked about how what the relationship. He talked about it to a great extent, the relationship that he had while he was there, and he appreciated his time there. But of course, as he moved on, you started to see a different Advíncula, to really say the least. And of course, he's still injured and might not even play for the Peruvian national team come November. But all that is said, what you do make as far as points are concerned, it's a very passionate fan base. It's a fan base that is trying to find a way to get rid of their president. But at the same time, it's a club that if you get into it, I mean, even here in the United States, there's some fans that still remember Casey Keller when he was the goalkeeper for Rayo Vallecano during his very short time in La Liga. But you do have a team that remembers its idols, that does remember its past, that does remember its roots. And you saw it today after the match when the fans stayed. They sung the team anthem, and they were able to say thank you very much for doing something that some of us have never seen before.
Yeah, and one, of course, in this particular match, Barcelona, they had the most amount of possession, yet they had no shots on target. Do you get the sense that, the players have accepted this is what they're going to have to deal with for the rest of the season, and so too the fans are slowly accepting?
If the players are accepting it, then the team's kind of defeated. It's very tough to hear that, because Ronald Koeman a couple of weeks ago said, this is what we have, this is it. And it's really not the most encouraging sign when your coach is saying that about the players that you have on the pitch.
Yeah.
But it's a team that seems lifeless at times. You do have players that might be able to make a difference here and there, but not on a frequent basis. I put a tweet out during this match. I said, you know what, there's not a player that you can go and say, you know what, they're going to carry this team in tough situations. I don't see one. I don't see a player that's going to carry them through this tough spell. Maybe if they get it together collectively, it could happen. But I don't see it. And on the bench, you don't see anyone that can truly start to set the fear of God in the opponents in late stages of the match. I don't see it. And to me, Barcelona right now look like a Europa League team, if that.
Yeah.
Juan, Real Madrid had an opportunity today to put some daylight between themselves and the other top flight teams in the league at the moment. They were held 0-0 against an unfashionable Osasuna, even though they have been playing reasonably well. Juan, they haven't lost a game, I think, since mid-September in all competitions. So how do you assess the Real Madrid draw today?
Well, you have to assess it on Real Madrid's end. You have to look at it. It's a team that doesn't show a lot of creativity. They didn't show it during El Clásico. They didn't show it throughout this season up to now. It's a team that's very rough and tumble. It's a team that can go forward. It's a team that does have pace on the wings, and they depend on those things. And they also depend on Karim Benzema to be able to make something happen, conjure something. He almost scored a goal that you saw that shot that ends up skipping around the crossbar there in the latter stages of the match. But then you have an Osasuna side who was very well organized, was very well disciplined. And imagine if Moncloa, after the match, goes and says, you know what, last week, if I would have hit the ball, it would have gone in. It's just a case of centimeters. And that was the best opportunity that either team had in the second half, that shot that ends up going off the post and almost beating Thibaut Courtois. But again, Madrid is a team that's lacking a great deal of creativity. And really, it depends on them crossing the ball a lot. It depends on trying to send a through ball here and there. And the lone player that you can really look at that makes things a little bit different is Karim Benzema.
Yeah, you know what? Osasuna is a team defensively that has been pretty solid. So if we in recent weeks, so if we look at that, we may not want to be too hard on Real Madrid's inability to score today.
No. It also, you also have to put a great deal of credit on Osasuna, how they defended in the back, how they were able to compress the middle, really limit the amount of space that Madrid had to operate in that sector, compared to, if you looked at El Clásico, the instances that Real Madrid were able to go on the attack, were able to transition a little bit better, and face a team that's going to let them be the protagonist, compared to a team that, okay, we can drop back, we can counterattack, and we'll have space to attack, behind them. It makes a big difference from week to week. And I'd heard throughout the week, you know what, this could be a trap match, and it certainly was.
Juan, just before we go, I know it's minutes after 12 in Spain right now. I know you're in the United States. I'm seeing a story here being reported by beIN Sport USA and Bleacher Report Football that Koeman has been sacked as Barca manager. I don't know if you can check your quick source to see if, Fabrizio Romano is also reporting it on Twitter. And he says, game over for Ronald Koeman at Barcelona. Emergency meeting with Laporta and board after Rayo game. Statement expected soon. And yeah, I'm seeing several sources reporting that on Twitter now, my friend. Is your Twitter lighting up just yet? Just before we go, can you check your source quickly?
Gilles Balaguer.
It's good.
Gilles Balaguer is saying it's happening, or it's about to happen, is about to be sacked.
There you go.
Koeman is about to be sacked after the Rayo defeat. Plain and simple. That's what he just said.
All right, great. Thank you very much.
Well, we should have a statement later on tonight, and we'll be probably talking about this tomorrow.
We should be talking about it tomorrow. So get yourself together as per usual.
I will do it. Aki and Saltfish in the morning for me.
Excellent, sir. Juan G Arango there, our correspondent on La Liga. So yeah, several outlets. If you check the normal news site, you won't see anything on it. But if you go to Twitter has several posts from reputable news houses, and as he said, two of the foremost authorities on football stories, Guillem Balaguer and Fabrizio Romano, are reporting that Koeman has been sacked. Bleacher Report is also reporting it. beIN Sport USA is also reporting it, and a few other media outlets. So it seems as if Barca have finally found the 12 million euros to pay Ronald Koeman. They are going to write him a check, Mariah, and they've said tata.
Well, this is a turning point for Barcelona. What about your team?
We have better players, so we'll be better off than them.
Well, we got to start somewhere, and this is a good start. So we take a quick break. We'll be back.